another video. Thank you so much for joining me. If this is your first time, welcome. If this is your second time, you watched some other videos, or your fifth time, welcome as well. I think I've decided I'm going to title these videos the Happy Edit. I don't know how long or how often I'm going to put these videos out. Not that I have a hard time finding things that make me happy or thinking of things that made me happy this week, but recording videos when you have 3 children is really tough because I do most of my recording at nighttime right now or during nap times. And I don't know, I have so many other things I also need to take care of, like laundry and feeding my kids and meal prepping. The list goes on and on. But I would definitely tell you one thing that I have just been telling myself is like, just because you are a parent and you have a dream doesn't mean that you can't pursue it. And so here I am doing my best to pursue it. But I think I'm gonna call these videos the Happy Edit. And basically with these videos, I talk about 5 things that made me happy or brought joy to my week this week, because I feel like we all need some joy or happy in our life. And I hope that this video allows you to kind of reflect on things that made you happy this week as well. And if it did, I want to hear about those things that have made you happy this week. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump right in. So of course, number 1 for me this week would be healthy children. Last week we had such a rough week, end of the week, with one of our kids, and we ended up in the ER twice, and it was kind of scary. Thank the Lord, everything worked out fine, but I am definitely like so happy and giving thanks that everything worked out fine. She's back to her normal sassy self, and we, let me tell you, are so extremely happy that that has happened. But I definitely say that is number 1 for me, is healthy children. And if you are a parent, you know that we are inching up on cold and flu season, and so it is that time of year where your children start bringing you the gifts of the flu and COVID and RSV and hand, foot, and mouth. And so we are just so thankful for a healthy kid this week. Like, praise the Lord for that. Number 2, like the second thing that completely brought joy to my life this week, are parent reels. I know everyone has like mixed feelings on social media, and I do believe that staying on it, you can definitely get lost and go down a rabbit hole and waste a ton of time when you could definitely be doing something else. But let me tell you what has really been helping me and saving my sanity this week are parenting reels, and not the ones that are giving advice, because I have to be completely honest, I'm not really into getting advice off of social media for my parenting. That's just not the way I go. But I do love some good, funny parent reels, and I found a couple funny ones, and I wish that I would have like written them down. But when I was making my list of things that made me happy, I completely thought to that, because this morning was the first morning like I was up before everybody else, and so I was able to like eat my breakfast. I ate my breakfast alone. I had already done like my Bible time, and so I was sitting and eating my breakfast alone, and I just got on Instagram and started like looking at reels. And there's this one guy, and I'll probably have to tag him in the description below. I think his handle is Fit Dad Bod, and he does some funny reels. I think him and his wife have 6 kids, but he had one this morning on toddlers, especially when they turn 3. And if you raise children and they've gotten to the 3s, you know what I'm talking about, because everyone tells you about the 2s, but not a lot of people warn you about the 3 major age. And so he had a reel this morning, and then with Instagram, if you just kind of keep scrolling after you watch the reels, it'll keep bringing different things up. And so I did find a couple of funny ones, but then like another funny one that I found not this week but last week, but it popped back up again, and I don't even know the handle for this one, but it was some creepy doll, and the guy opened the bathroom door and the creepy doll was sitting there, and I think he said something about like, I'm hungry, and the guy was like, well, I want to take a shower, and he's like, Well, first you have to unclog the toilet with the 2-ply paper towel that has been flushed, and then you'll have to step over the floor of all these razor blades. And gosh, I wish I knew which one it was, but it was just so funny. I thought it was funny. It brought me joy, so much joy this week, just looking at that and laughing about it. But parent reels is my number 2 for things that just completely made me happy this week. Okay, my number 3, and I know a lot of people aren't in this predicament, and I know like a lot of people are probably looking for this within their job, but man, I'm so happy for such a supportive job. I know that's not really the case for a lot of teachers, and they work in situations where they do not get support from like their admin, but our principal is truly great, and I have been so blessed to have worked under her for like the last 5 years. Yeah, for the last 5 years, and she's like really family first. And so when all this stuff was going on with my daughter, like one day I had to leave, like it was an emergency. I just had to like up and leave and go get her from school, and we took her to the emergency room and everything, and she was just so understanding. People were checking in to make sure everything was okay, and like I haven't had that within my teaching job in a really long time. And so like this is just a little background about my teaching career, but I taught and lived in Georgia before I moved to be with my husband after we got engaged, and I got a job here. But my job back in Georgia, I absolutely loved. I was 100% sad to leave that job because it was like leaving my family. I had taught there for 2 years, and it was just so great. And I know a lot of people have a lot of things to say about the South, but I was not born in the South, but definitely raised in the South, and I loved it. I really did. I loved the hospitality, but I loved just having like a lot of found family. So it's been really truly a blessing to have that again. There were so many people checking in, but like just having a supportive job goes a long way, really does. And if that's something that you don't have, gosh, I really do pray that that's something that you do find. A supportive job is number 3 for me on things that have just brought so much joy to my life. Number 4 is the promise of autumn. This has been, this year, and I want to say last year, have been quite interesting when it comes to the weather. And so for those of you who don't know, I am from Ohio, and we live in like the northern part of Ohio. Like we're really close to the lake, and so usually is cooling off here. Today was almost 90 degrees. It said it was supposed to be 89. I want to say it got up to at least 90 or 91 degrees, and buildings, a lot of the buildings don't have air conditioning up here because it usually isn't this hot this far into the school year, and so it has just been absolutely miserable. And so fall, the first day of fall is soon, and I'm just so happy that fall is coming, and I'm truly a summer girl. Like I love the summer, and I love swimming. I love walking around barefoot. Like I said, I was raised in the South, and so there's things that you do in the South, but like I am so ready for some crisp filling air, and I'm ready to put on a fall sweater and a sweatshirt, and I'm ready for apple cider donuts and apple cider and hot chocolate with my kids, and leaves falling and turning beautiful colors. But it has not started really happening here, and so the promise that autumn is coming brings me so much joy. And every time I walk into my hot classroom, because we don't have air conditioning, I just think to myself, I know that autumn is coming. I know that autumn is coming. It's promised. It's going to be here. It's definitely going to be here, and I'm so excited that it will be here soon. And for those of you who are already experiencing autumn weather, I am completely jealous of you, because I would really like for it to cool down. It would be very nice. And like, we haven't swam in our pool since like August because it gets cool here at nighttime, and then it's like that time. It's that time of year where you can wear a sweater in the morning, and then by like 11 o'clock you are just so hot and you just want to like strip all your clothes off and then put all of your winter wear back on. Like that is the time of year it is here right now. And so October is right around the corner, and we thank God that we have Octobers. Number 5 for me, and before I say this one, I do have to lead with this. I am a Christian. I love reading my Bible. I love Bible stories. I've gone to church all my life. I was born into the church, raised in the church, and I just want to start with that before I go into number 5, because this one does have to do with being a Christian. But I am very thankful for Psalms 100. And so, if you do not know what Psalms 100 says, I'm going to read that for you very quickly. But I have been reading the Bible. I have been on this Bible reading plan to read the Bible in a year. Got a little bit behind, especially when the kids are sick, because gosh, like my focus is on getting them well. We have had some really interesting sick times this summer, and so I got a little bit behind, but it's amazing how the Lord works, where He knows sometimes that you're gonna need certain things at certain times, right? And like I was beating myself up about being behind on my Bible reading plan, but this came at exactly the right time. And if you don't know what Psalms 100 says, I'm going to read it to you. And I'm just gonna get my phone out right quick. It says, "Shout to the Lord, all the earth. Worship the Lord with gladness. Come before Him with joyful songs. Know that the Lord is God. It is He who made us, and we are His. We are His people, the sheep of His pasture. Enter His gates with thanksgiving and His courts with praise. Give thanks to Him and praise His name. For the Lord is good, and His love endures forever. His faithfulness continues through all generations." And I really needed that this week, because like with everything that we've had going on, I was praying to the Lord and giving praise to Him regardless of all the things that were happening. And I really needed that reminder, right? That He is God, He is great, He is powerful. I will thank Him in the good, I will thank Him in the bad. But I really needed to hear Psalms 100 just to remember that Psalms 100 existed. So I'm very thankful for that. Thank you for tuning in to this, what I'm calling the happy edit. These are the 5 things that brought joy to my week, that made me happy. I am super excited to hear what made you happy this week. You can drop it in the comments below. I love reading things like this. I love hearing things like this. I cannot wait to hear the things that made you happy. And if you have a list of 5, you can drop all that in the comments below as well. But thank you so much for tuning in to this video. I hope to do another one soon. I can't say this will be a weekly installment, but I really enjoy making content like this. And so I will see you in the next video. But before I do that, if you could please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and then hit the subscribe button if you want to hear more things like this or see more content like this. It really helps out the channel, and I just really enjoy talking to you guys. And so I will see you in another video very soon. Bye.